Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Kenny, and this is my review for the BET Awards 2018. I have to say, this was a really good show this year. I really loved the performances. I definitely loved the theme of Africa and Black Panther and Wakanda. I was really feeling Black excellence at a level like I've never felt it before. And I would actually have to say this, this show was very moving, very entertaining, and definitely I was just so happy to see such Black greatness, being displayed. And I even have to say, even at the pre-show, I was immediately excited that Big Frida opened up the show, and Big Frida turned it out, and I was so happy about that, to see, the LGBT being represented by BET, within the Black culture, because that is something that really needs to happen. The LGBTQ community needs to be embraced by the by the Black race. We're all a part of the same family. We're all in this race together, and we as a people need to unite. And that Black people come in all different shapes and sizes. We come in all different flavors, and we all need to come together and make gumbo. So I was so here that Big Frida opened up the show, and the crowd loved the crowd loved him, and he just shut it down, and I was so here for it. And he looked great. I was so here for it. Like, I was like, yes, finally the LGBT is being represented, because Big Frida has been out for over a decade. I mean, so it's great that finally, she's getting a bigger it's finally that he's getting a bigger platform, and he's shining the way that he should, and I'm so happy about that. Also, Terrence J and Cassie were hosting, and there were a lot of great looks and a lot of good things that was happening. And also, one thing that stood out for me is that they're actually now honoring international artists, and I think this is a really big change with the BET Awards, where we're actually seeing that there's Black people all over the world, and they need to be embraced as well, because BET is global now. So, well, it's been global, but due to the fact that we have that BET has a global audience, we need to be able to represent different Black artists from all over the world. And that, to me, was one of the greatest things about this show this year, is that we really saw different different Black ethnicities, like London, Nigeria, South Africa, Paris, and Trinidad. That to me was just, it really touched my soul, because it really shows that there are Black people everywhere. I mean, I remember when I was in high school, I actually went to Europe, and I went to Paris, and when I got to the airport in Paris, there was a Black guy who was speaking French, and it freaked me out, and he spoke it fluently, and it literally startled me, like, oh my God, because he looked like a brother from around the way, but he spoke French. And that was my first experience of seeing that, look, there is one, Black is beautiful, and Black is all around the world, baby. So at the end of the day, we're meant to be here, and we're meant to shine, and the BET Awards definitely was a platform where I can say Black excellence shined. Definitely that was something that really stuck out to me about the pre-show. Also, like King Combs' performance, I thought that was pretty cool. Diddy's son, and he came out there with Case, and I'm definitely a Case fan, so I was happy to see him do his thing. And and then also seeing Nick Grant perform with DJ Khaled, and Khaled's little boy was with him, and I thought that was pretty cool. And then also like Nipsey Hussle's performance too. And then I have to say the intro with Jamie Foxx, that was everything. When he came in there with that panther, that was cool as hell. And I definitely loved, the opening number. That definitely set off the show. And I mean, literally the theme of the show was Black Excellence Televised. And I can say this entire show, that's exactly what we got. Black excellence at its highest form. And also he talks about the movie Black Panther, because I knew Black Panther was going to be a major theme for this award season, because Black Panther broke records. It's the third largest grossing movie of all time. That's amazing. And it's a black film with a black director and with an all black cast. Or majority black cast. So yeah, because you definitely had the you had that one character. You had the one white character, but it was a dominant black cast. And also, it's the #1 best-selling Marvel comic of all time. As far as the movies, the series is the Black Panther's #1. So this is just not only groundbreaking as far as Hollywood, but it's more so groundbreaking for black artists in the black community. And now this is now taking our artistry to a higher level. And now we can say, oh look, we can run studio houses, we can make our own movies, we can tell our stories and tell our own narratives, and then be on a mainstream platform, and we run the show. So it's revolutionary in more ways than one. I love J. Cole's performance. It was definitely moving. And also I'm glad that SZA won Best New Artist. I love her music. Beautiful voice. The Migos, they did their thing. I definitely loved their performance. And I also definitely like when Quavo was on Star this past season as well. So yeah, so the Migos definitely did their thing, and I was happy about that. Tiffany Haddish won Best Actress, and her little video that she did, because she wasn't actually there, it was just hilarious. And I have to say, Tyra Banks looked good too. Tyra's definitely doing her thing. Also, I also liked when Jamie Foxx, gave a pretty much kind of shined the what he did was that he shined the light on Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, for "This Is America," which I have to say, still a song that I still listen to this day, and definitely a song that was definitely foretelling of what it means to be black in America and what the actual chaos of America really is. And I think he displayed that in the most honest way, and I was glad that Jamie Jamie actually shined the light on Childish Gambino, and it was really cool. I was happy about that, because that definitely was an eye catcher when he did that on SNL. And he also mentioned new upcoming artists like Lena Waithe and so many artists that are groundbreaking and are really changing the game. And also Miguel did a phenomenal performance. Definitely loved his. Oh yes, and the Migos won for Best Group. Definitely well deserved. Let's see. I loved Nicki Minaj's performance. And definitely it was a performance that everyone was talking about. I think she did a phenomenal job. Definitely one thing I could say about Nicki knows how to do a great show. So she definitely did that. She also had 3 Chainz and Big Sean performing with her, and I thought that was hot. And it was really cool. And then they also had the award for Best International Act, which went to Davido from Nigeria. And I definitely loved his acceptance speech, and he was saying that we're pretty much a world community. Black is a world community, and we need to be collaborating with each other. He was saying that he was and he was like naming people like, yeah, y'all need to hit me up. We need to collaborate. We need to embrace all of our blackness. From different cultures, because we're everywhere. And that's one thing that I got from this award show, is that black is beautiful and black is everywhere. and we need to be unapologetically black. Trust me, I'm with it. Um, and I also loved when Jamie Foxx did his whole little Wanda skit with Black Panther 2 for 2.5. I thought that was really funny. And I just had a feeling it was going to bring it back, when you had Michael Blackson, talking to somebody at the bar, and then you kind of saw the wig, and I was thinking, oh, hell, he about to bring Wanda back. And he did not disappoint either. Like, Jamie is just awesome. We also got, some previews. We definitely got the preview that stood out for me was the Bobby Brown story, because I'm definitely gonna check that out, because that's something that we have been expecting, and I am just waiting for September so I can check out. And I think it's gonna be a 2-night. It's gonna be 2 nights. So I can't wait to see the Bobby Brown story, because I know this is a story that we've definitely seen some of the things about Bobby over the years, but to finally have him tell the story, I'm all ears. Because we definitely saw the New Edition story, and we saw how much of a phenomenal story that was. So I'm thinking the Bobby Brown story is pretty much going to do the same, and it's definitely not going to disappoint from what I've seen. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, another highlight of this awards was one of my favorite singers of all time. She's definitely one of my mentors, as a vocalist, is Miss Anita Baker, got the Lifetime Achievement Award. I actually listened to her song that she did with the group Chapter 8, I Just Want to Be Your Girl. I listen to that song all the time, and actually Bone Thugs and Harmony got First of the Month from that song too. The instrumental they got from that song. And Anita Baker is just one of those singers that I live with constantly. As a matter of fact, my girl Janelle, shout out to my girl Janelle Fagans. Love you, baby. Love you, Nelly. But Nelly, actually, every time I'm around Nelly, every time she plays Angel, I have to sing it. That's kind of like our thing. And it's funny because, she's influenced me as a singer and as a performer, and to actually see her honored, and seeing all these great artists that came together, like Jamie for one, because Jamie's a vocal beast. So he was doing this thing, but he's like, nah, I gotta get some women out here to help me. Marsha Ambrosius came out there, and she bad. And then Lettucey. Girl, I love my girl Lettucey. Lettucey never disappoints. You give Lettucey a mic, she's gonna use it. I would have to equate Lettucey with she's like our modern day Patty. You give Patty a mic, she gonna use it, and she ain't playing around. Lettucey, same thing. You give Lettucey a mic, she gonna use it, and she gonna use it to the full. And we definitely see that also with Marsha Ambrosius. We see that with Fantasia. But then another one that we see that with is my girl Yolanda Adams. Yolanda Adams came out singing "You Bring Me Joy." She moved Anita to tears, and it damn near choked me up, because I was like, Yolanda. One thing I like about Yolanda, that even though she's a gospel artist, she doesn't. She definitely shows that she has a world ear. That she also loved R&B. She loved jazz, and she performs them all, because music's universal. God gave you the gift to express different ideas. Some ideas you can express in the church, and some things you can express in other facets of our lives, like within love and relationships. So it's just beautiful that Yolanda came out and did "You Bring Me Joy," and she sang it down. And I was so here for it. The only thing that upset me was that I wanted Anita to perform too, because Anita still can perform in her original key. She still has the chops, and she's still touring today. This woman is a legend. Has been in the industry for almost 40 years, and I was just also happy to see her two sons. I definitely remember when they were babies, and now to see them grown up, and now they're young men now. It was great to see her. It was great to see her finally get her just due and get the credit that she deserves. I mean, just a phenomenal artist, a phenomenal talent. Um, I mean, even that song Chapter 8, the song I was talking about, that also helps me to, that actually also is a fond memory I have with my Uncle Roy, because he was the one that actually introduced that song to me and told me that, this was her before she became a solo artist. But you can just hear her voice in that, you just knew that she was going to be big. I mean, because Anika sings down on "I Just Want to Be Your Girl" with Chapter 8, and it's definitely a song that I listen to all the time, even now. So Anita is definitely a part of my upbringing, as well as all of you as well. So I was just happy to see her. I was happy to see her. Get her honor, and well deserved. So well deserved. Also, another segment that stuck out for me was when, John Legend honored our black heroes, one of them being James Shaw Jr., the one who wrestled the guy who was about to shoot up the Waffle House, and there were so many different heroes, even the young man who rescued the baby that was hanging from the balcony. That was very, very important, that that, look, never be afraid to be a hero, never be afraid to do what's right, so all these things were being highlighted. Also, another performance that stuck out for me was Meek Mill. This was his premiere performance, and he did amazing. The performance was moving, and also the thing that touched me was, one, the theme, but also that he honored XXX Testacion, who just recently was murdered at the age of 20. I was really happy that he paid homage to him, because this is, oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting choked up right now, but this is something that we can't ignore anymore. I mean, our young brothers are like being murdered in the streets, and these are our children, and this is our future, and we just can't continue to act like that this is not a problem. And also, forgive me y'all, I'm just being real with y'all at this moment. But also, another thing was that I also liked it when Jamie even spoke on it as well, that look, we cannot ignore this anymore. This is something that we have to realize, that look, this was a young man who was really on the path of trying to better his life, and he just so happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And this is sad, because he was only 20 and he had so much talent. So it's a loss. It's not a win for anybody. Even a young man who just got arrested for it, I mean, it's a loss for him too. So it's like, we got to really change the narrative, and really start protecting our own, and actually try to gear our young towards a positive path versus a negative one. And one, we need to also listen to our young as well. So that's very important. Also, Deborah Lee was also nominated. I mean, she was also not nominated, but she was given the Ultimate Icon Award. She's been with BET for 30 years, so she definitely has a legacy, and it was rightfully deserved. And she's, helped make, BET a platform where black artists can truly shine and be unapologetically black. So I definitely agree with that. And she had, people like, Smokey Robinson, Suzanne the Past, and many others who spoke, and congratulations to her. And she was talking about, breaking doors down for diversity in content has always been her main focus with being on BET, which I thought was great. And another thing that also stuck with me too, that there was a commercial, I think about, it was a Netflix commercial talking about strong black leads, and you saw all of these black artists all come together. Even Ava DuVernay, Alfre Woodard, so many of them were just all together. It was so beautiful to see that, look, black is beautiful, black deserves to be seen, and we need to create more content for blacks, because we have so much greatness that needs to be seen and needs to be, embraced. And there's nothing for us to be ashamed about. So I thought that was really moving as well. Also, it was good seeing Trevor Jackson. He pretty much helped. He pretty much along with the 2 winners presented the Viewer's Choice Award, and it was Cardi B for Bodak Yellow, and definitely very well deserved. I mean, Cardi B is really killing it out here. And another thing that also stuck out for me was also Snoop Dogg's performance. Snoop Dogg is actually celebrating 25 years of Doggy Style, so you know, Snoop Dogg is a legend, and he pretty much, you know, talks about his love for God, and that how God has been with him every step of his life, even when he was banging, to when he was, you know, on trial for murder. I mean, and how he was able to persevere through everything that he was faced with, you know, even, you know, rebuilding his marriage with his wife. You know, God has always been with him. So to see him celebrate his album, but then also go into gospel, was definitely very moving. And then, you know, you had Ty Tribbett, and literally the show ended, it was church. People were in there getting down, praising the Lord, and was just jamming. And I have to say, that was a great way to end the show. And I have to say that this was a really good year. I really enjoyed the BET Awards, and as I said, it was very moving. And that's what I have, y'all. If I missed anything, put it down in the comments, or if you have any things you want to talk about that stood out for you in this awards, you know, definitely put it down there. I'd love to hear you guys. So subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow me on all of my social platforms. I have them all listed in the description box. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. And I will be back with you with the next, you know, award show or whatever extravaganza that may come up. So until next time, everybody, take care.